Okay, so this one is more not focused on helium, by the way. I'm just using it in here for an example. In fact, I'll shut it down just so you don't see it. This is suggested too, and it is a MIDI um, chord palette, I would call it, for lack of better words. You can create chords and progressions and things that you can use in your music. This is pure piano, just using it as an example. You don't have to have it. This is EOS 2. I'm just using it for reverb. Um, and so when you open up chord palette, you want to go into your settings. Make sure your MIDI out is on. If it's not on, then you won't be able to use it in here to control. Um, and then the other big thing with this one is to, down here in the second settings menu, you want to go in and probably set your humanization and timing on a percentage at least, so that way you have some realness to the sound that you're using. Also, I like to turn the instrument sound off, because if you don't, then it will play along with whatever you're sending the MIDI through. Right here you have where you can select a new scale or detect or transpose the song. I picked D Dorian just as an example. If you click the little one here, it'll take you right into the chord suggest. But if you click the plus, you have all the other options available. We're going to use borrow chords, and then we're going to make sure we have the right scale. Okay, so you can pick different scales, and in this case we are going to use Dorian. So I'm just going to go into the chord suggester. We could use the borrow chords later. I'm actually just going to use this one. So you have your triads. In between, there's these that are also available, like sus chords, seventh chords, sus suspended, or seventh, I'm sorry, suspended sevenths, which is also a sus chord. And then you can see that you have all these different chords. So it's a ton. And I'm going to show you how you can change the voicings, because maybe you don't like just that chord. So let's pick a basic set of chords. We'll use sevenths, the secondary dominants, but we'll use these seventh chords first. So I usually start with one chord that I just like the sound. So I'm going to look down here in the added notes, which are like your added second, sixth, ninths, different chords. I'm going to actually use a D minor 6. So you see how I pressed the plus? If you go back here, now that chord is here. In these chords, if you click here, you can pick the note duration. You can arpeggiate this one. There's a stop length of how long it goes, the voices, whether it's going to be polyphonic or monophonic. And then you can play it to test it. So let's say you did an arpeggiator, skip up. Okay, you don't like that. Maybe you want just the up. So you see how you can change this? I'm just going to leave it at default for right now. Then the alter or alteration allows you to look at different qualities of a sound that sounds similar that you could replace the chord with, or you could use voicings. So different voicings where they move the chords up, they shift it, invert it, or like even an open voicing. So I like that voicing, I change it, now I have that. Okay, so then you click here, you can go look at other scales if you want to move around a different way, or back to chord suggestions. Okay, so let's pick a different chord. I'm going to go back to the added notes. going to pick that one, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick the last one to speed up the video right here. Let's pick no, let's go with a suspended 7th. Yeah, suspended 2nd. Okay, so for those that don't know what these chords are, just use your ears and listen. That's the better way to do it. In time, you can grow and learn more. So here's the closest voicing, and then here's the rest of them. We'll use the closest voicing. Then here we'll. So you can add one with the bass, and that's in a different voicing. There's intervals. You can go in and do that if you like. I'm not going to touch that. I like the open voicings, are cool too. Let's use an open voicing. All right. So on this one, I'm going to arpeggiate it down. And let's see what that sounds like. Now, if you want to test it, you could put it on loop. And I believe if you're going to run it in this method, it's not going to lock to the tempo. So you're going to have to change the tempo yourself. But that's not that complicated. So change it there. I think if you run it in as a MIDI in here, it would actually lock the tempo in with whatever your tempo is here. So keep that in mind. Okay, I see something I already want. I want this to play twice. So I'm going to go copy, paste. So now I have it again. So I play it that way. But I don't want it to play the same exactly. So let's change the arpeggiator mode to skip up. So it plays it 2 different ways. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'll stop it. So one of the things that's new in here too that's really cool, I'm going to see if this works. It doesn't work on Atom 2, and it doesn't, what was the other one I tried it on? Can't remember what the other MIDI program I tried it on. If it doesn't receive drag and drop, then it's not going to do it. But it does do drag and drop, and you can use it in here. It's just got to be a program that accepts it. So let's see if this accepts it. And I guess that would be a negative. C1, C7. Weird how they put that in C. But if it takes drag and drop, you could do it. It does export the MIDI file if you want to do that. But I would say if I was going to export it, I want to export the whole thing versus just one chord at a time. That would drive me crazy. Clipboard. I was trying to see. Let me hold it down. I can't remember. I haven't used this in a while, so I can't remember. I know they recently updated it too. A huge update, which is kind of nice. Let's just see if it... Yeah, it doesn't take drag and drop apparently. That would have been cool. Oh well, so this won't work. But you can record through it. So I have it set up to where you can do that. And they do have a chord mode in here. I'm not exactly sure how it works in here. I have to look back at. There's a ton of videos that break this down. I just haven't used it myself. I'm just looking through the settings real quick to see what it was. Plugin identity. Interesting. No, we don't need that. All right. So we're just going to see if we can record in, and we'll give ourselves a little metronome count here. 1 bar. See if this works. Okay, we'll stop it there. So I'm sure this is off. Turn the record off and stop it. You would think it would just stop with. All right, let me see here. So I'm going to highlight. Probably should have done this with Atom because I'm actually used to it. What is it doing there? Apologies for not using Atom. Oh, it's drawing in. Okay, I'm messing up here. User error. Hit delete. There we go. All right, so I just need to select them all. And I just need to nudge them over. And they have these here too, but I'm doing it with the mouse so you can see what I'm doing. All right. And you play it back, it should. And it's not. Oh, because I need to loop it. Is it just going to loop or is it? Okay, turn on the loop. Where's the loop? All right, there we go. And then loop it out to the 8 bars right there. All right, so now you can see you know what? This is not syncing. There we go. Let's try that and see if that works. So make sure if you use this one that you turn on the sync. Now it should work, right? So you can now play your melody over the top if you wanted to, or put it on a different track. Right? Hold on, let's stop this. Okay, so now let's go to track 2, I believe. And then on track 2, you could play it over the top by using this. So you need to learn the scale if you don't know the scale. That's the one thing I do enjoy about tonality is I can quickly access my scales that I'm in. So in this case, I'm playing in D, Dorian. And so it's all white keys. That's pretty simple. To start from the D and play there and you should be good. Any of the white keys and you're solid. All right. I'm just showing you this one example. Pretty sure we are in D, Dorian. Yeah, good. All right. And in here, if you want to know the notes, they tell you right here. So this is really not that bad because you can look and see that's just all the white keys. So if you need to know, there you go. So I don't know. My habits is to go to tonality, but it's actually here. All right, so let's see if we can record in something over it. All right, so it's not recording on track 2. I'm assuming that means it's a user error that I have to. So we can turn the ghost track on. And then channel 2. It should be recording to whichever channel I play on. It doesn't really matter, but there may be something I have to set up to do that. But either way, the point is Scalar is really cool for writing your song chords. And what's beautiful about it is it holds these in here, and you can of course title it and change that. I'll show you that. It pretty much just go out of it and then rename to R&B ballad. And then you could put D Dorian if you want on there, just so you know. There you go. So now you have it saved here. So when you just want to recall it, just open it back up and there it is. And then it would be nice to figure this helium out. I'll work on learning it a little bit more because I haven't really used it. And then see if I can figure out some cool stuff we can do with helium on the next video. All right, so that's it for this video. Just wanted to give you an idea. Suggester is a really cool app, a really fun one if you don't have packs for Scalar, but you want to come up with your own chord sequences. Really easy to do in here. And this alteration button is really, to me, the ticket to being successful in Scalar, or in Suggester rather. All right, I'm out.